Looks like there's a new community space in Michigan. It's funky, it's fun, and it's all in the name for mental wellness. Words of Hope for Life, The Rail, opened just this month in Commerce Township, Michigan. Their mission is to develop and implement new and innovative ways to integrate mental wellness into communities. One way they reach that mission is using art therapy. Let's dig deeper into how they use art here at The Rail.
So I'm Nikki O'Donnell, and I am a child psychologist. I'm also the executive director of Words of Hope for Life and The Rail.
I am Glenn Schwartz, and I am the executive director, chairman of the board for Words of Hope for Life.
So The Rail is the home to Words of Hope for Life, which is our nonprofit. We're a mental health action nonprofit. So The Rail really is the community space where we're doing a lot of our programming and event planning. It's kind of a community connecting point so that we can work with other cool nonprofits and people in the community that are doing also really awesome things to support mental health.
It's a safe place for people to come, to gather, to talk, to enjoy programs, or maybe meet new people.
Well, how does art come into play?
Art is sort of the connecting point that I think sort of like climbs over the barriers that we have with the stigma to mental health. So I'll utilize that particularly with young people in all kinds of ways. I work with teens quite a bit, and I love to teach about mindfulness and meditation. But if I go to my teens that I'm working with and say, we're gonna do mindfulness and meditation, I'll usually just get a lot of blank stares or like, oh, that sounds weird. But if we're doing something that incorporates art that just so happens to be something that's going to strengthen mindfulness skills, and it's kind of connecting into giving them a way to express themselves, maybe that they didn't have before, that art is like the perfect marriage of all of those things. So we'll do things like for mindfulness, we make these really fun, I call them meditation jars, but it's like a container with glitter, and we add glue, and the glitter sort of falls at different rates. You can, change the colors and things, and it just so happens to be a really great meditation tool. It's also really fun. In addition to that, even just things like letting kids or exposing people to different mediums, like acrylic paints as opposed to watercolor, and sort of allowing them to explore themselves that way. Because you don't have to be good at it. Like maybe I'm not very comfortable with painting, and oh, I'm terrible at it. And maybe this is my default, is to kind of self-sabotage or kind of beat myself up. That's a perfect opportunity to explore that. Like, well, what happens if I'm trying something that maybe I know I'm not good at, but I'm gonna practice some self-acceptance and grace and let myself go for it. A lot of what we do, whether it's through our art therapy programs, community outreach, our festivals, we want to empower our communities to build resiliency.
That's part of the main letter in RAIL, which is R.
And they do just that. Here are a few examples of how they use art to meet that goal.
At ViewFest 2021, an army of people, colored and put positive messages on 50,000 Hug Buddy postcards. And Hug Buddy postcards, it was basically just a postcard where anybody could send to a loved one, someone in need, someone that may need a virtual hug. We had all of the schools in the Lakes Area District participated, colored cards, and put a positive message on them. We then subsequently took all of those cards and we broke the Guinness Book of World Record for the longest consecutive line of postcards, which was 2.8 miles of cards. Probably the most important thing to me was you never know what your reach is going to be. You never know what your impact is going to be. But we know from the feedback that we received that people who received those cards, it put a smile on their face. And if we can say that we did that for one person or saved one life, then it was well worth it.
They are also the creators of these furry friends, Muwats. Mentally unstable on a table, your super stressed out sidekick. Let's learn more about how the Muwat is used for expression.
There was born our little Muwats. No two are alike. They're so fun to create and to sort of think about the different things that we use, whether it's the shoes. It's fun to see kids doodle on their, the little shoes of the Muwat and kind of personalize it in their own way, which again is just a different way to kind of have self-expression. It's funny to see people say, ooh, I really like this Muwat just speaks to me.
Here's some responses about how people feel when they partake in activities at the Rail.
I am here making a drawing on this canvas, and now I'm not finished, but I'm making an ocean.
Okay, so how does it make you feel to do all that?
This drawing kind of made me feel calm because, when I'm at the beach, I usually like to relax.
Yeah, calm.
It allows for people to come in and experience maybe some kinds of art or types of expression that they haven't had the opportunity for, and then also kind of connecting people together through that kind of, expression and just art. It's just fun. So the rail is a place for all of that magic to happen.